So give direction, sitting right here, right now, give direction to elected Republicans. Maybe some of them are already in Congress. Maybe they'll be voted into Congress in November. What exactly should they do from their positions of power to hold accountable the Department of Justice and the FBI for the January 6th stuff, for the Whitmer Fed napping, for the Trump or the FBI raid on Trump at Mar-a-Lago? What should be done?
Step one, you have to impeach Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland has completely violated his oath to the Constitution. He's abandoned the border. He's used the most powerful law enforcement agency in the world, the FBI, not to enforce the actual law, but to dub parents at school board meetings as domestic terrorists. This is a guy who hasn't done anything to go after rioters. So number one, he's gone. Day one, impeach him, send him to the Senate. He has to be impeached. Number two, at this point, you have to defund the DC U.S. Attorney's Office. The DC U.S. Attorney's Office is the one behind this absurd raid on Mar-a-Lago. It's the one behind putting scores, hundreds of people in prison for misdemeanor trespass at best, keeping them in prison without an opportunity for bail, not letting them see their attorneys, just letting people rot in prison. So the DC U.S. Attorney's Office, defund it entirely because they're not actually prosecuting crimes, they're prosecuting politics.
And that would be the first step. What about the FBI itself? What about the Department of Justice? What about funding for that?
Oh, I think the FBI needs to be dismantled, defunded in its entirety. It's a lot of people look at it and say, it's as a house, it has good bones. We just need to tear down some drywall and move some walls and update the kitchen and the FBI will be fine. No, it's a total loss. The foundation is rotted. The entire basis of that agency was conceived in nonsense. You look at what J. Edgar Hoover did from the beginning. They work in the building named after J. Edgar Hoover, a guy who spied on his enemies and blackmailed them so that they would do what his regime wanted. So no, the FBI has to go.
Thank you. Thank you for saying this. I wrote an op-ed in Newsweek calling to abolish the FBI and was told I was hyperbolic about this, that there were good functions of the FBI. And I asked, when were there good functions of the FBI? There are a few necessary functions, farm them out and raise the rest.